Hi, welcome back to Science 1206, the Chemical Reactions Unit. I'm Miss Ledwell, and this video is an introduction to chemical reactions. Let's get started. All matter can undergo change. There are two types of changes. A physical change can result in the appearance of a substance changing, but no new substances are formed. In the image, we see a windshield breaking. This is a physical change because it's still glass, just the appearance of the glass has changed. No new substances have been formed. A chemical change, on the other hand, occurs when substances recombine to form new substances. Iron rusting is an example of a chemical change. New substances have been formed. In a physical change, the appearance of a substance changes, but the chemical composition of the substance remains the same. No new substances are formed. Examples of physical changes include changes to states of matter and changes in shape. Here's some examples. Ice cubes melting is a physical change. You haven't changed what the substance is. It's still water. It's just water in a different state. Water boiling and steam forming is also an example of a physical change. It's just a change of state. It's still H2O in the vapor form instead of the liquid form. And the last example is chopping logs. You've made them smaller, but they're still the same substance. No new substances have formed. In a chemical change, a chemical reaction results in a change in the chemical composition of a substance. Here, the atoms in two or more substances are rearranged to form new substances with a new set of physical properties. Chemical changes involve breaking old chemical bonds and forming new ones. Examples of chemical changes include bubbling, glowing, burning, exploding, etc. Four main observations can indicate that a chemical change has occurred. There might be an energy change. For example, heat is released or absorbed, or light is produced. There might be a color change. A new substance forms with a color that is very different from the reactant's color. There may be the formation of a precipitate. A solid forms out of a solution. You may see a gas produced. Gas bubbles may appear to indicate that a gas has formed. When a chemical change has occurred, it is difficult or impossible to reverse. Let's look at some examples. When I reveal a statement, think in your head is a physical or chemical change, and then I'll reveal the answers. So our first one is, you cut a piece of paper into small pieces. That's a physical change. It's still paper, it's just paper in a smaller form. Our next one is rust forms on a nail. That's a chemical change. New substances have formed, and you can't reverse it and bring it back to the old nail. Number 3, you mix two clear liquids in the lab and a white solid appears in the test tube. That's a chemical change. The white solid is a precipitate, and the formation of a precipitate indicates that a chemical change has occurred. Number 4, you boil the kettle and see steam. That's a physical change. It's still water, just water in a different state. 5, baking soda bubbles when you add vinegar to it. That's a chemical change. The formation of bubbles indicate that a gas has been produced, so we have a new substance, and that indicates that a chemical change has occurred. Number 6, 3 grams of sugar dissolve in water at room temperature. When substances dissolve, that's an indication of a physical change. You could get back the original substance by evaporating the water. Now it's time to continue to the next video, and we'll learn more about chemical reactions.